It feels like the world's falling down. I'll be there to lift you from the ground. Just like the earth, talking down. I'll be safe, bending the line on secrets. I'll take them all to be a keeper. So I will lead stays.
You know, that they didn't know, because they'd be like, okay, well, Dorothy, here's your pack of cigarettes for today, you know, and then not knowing that, oh, well, her kids came to visit her yesterday, you know, after 4 o'clock, because that's what time they left, and brought her like a couple carton of cigarettes. But anyways, but she's a sweet woman, sweet woman. She's like, she might have been 70. She was a sweet woman. She's a really sweet woman. Her son wasn't a pill I like to swallow, but anyhow, could have left him at the door, but anyhow. And then right across the hall from Dorothy was Vivian, my Viv. And Viv lived in an efficiency apartment. I think she had to be the only one, because up above her was an efficiency apartment. I don't know why Viv was the only one living in an efficiency apartment, but she was the only one that had one. But every morning, I woke up, and Viv woke up with me, and then she knew that I had to get up and get on the bus, because, like I said, I graduated high school May 18th, 2002, and I started college, which I went to a tech college, and it was only 3 months. And I started that August of 2002. And then I graduated October of 2002. And I got CNA license, but I never used them. So I'm not certified now because I never used them. And that was like freaking years ago. But every morning, because Viv knew I had to catch the bus, and she would wake up, and then right before I left, she'll be like, okay, well, I cooked breakfast. Like, she'll call me, and she'd be like, okay, I cooked breakfast. And so I would walk up to her apartment, which, like I said, we were in the building, so like we were in the same building. It was like that's the thing I could think, like a boarding house. And so I would go up, and I would eat breakfast with Viv, and then she'd be like, okay, do you got lunch? And I'd be like, yeah, I packed me a lunch. And she's like, okay. And so she'll walk me to the back door, because that's where, I went out the back door, just walked down the hill to stand at the bus stop. And she never went to the bus stop with me, because, like I said, she was on a cane, and our driveway in the back went straight down like this. But every day when I got off the bus, which I got home at 2:55, every day that I got home from school, Viv was sitting out back at our patio table, waiting for me to get off the bus. And as soon as I got off the bus, like I said, I walked a little bit up the street, walked up the hill, and we went in her house. And she, well, come on, girl, you gotta be hungry. So she would feed me, and so yeah, that's what she did. And then we would sit there and talk, and she would ask me what did I learn, and then she'd tell me one of her wisdom stories. And And then, you know, I'll ask her about her day, what she did and all that. And then, like, we'll be talking like that. It's about dinner time. And then she'll get up and she'll cook. And, you know, we're still sitting there chewing the fat, you know. And then she'll cook and I'll eat dinner. And then she'll want me to eat another plate. And, you know, I'm 300 plus, like, maybe 370, so I'm not gonna turn down another plate. It's good, you know. I'm fat and it's good, so so I ate another plate, and then she sent me home with a plate, which, like I said, was just down the hallway. And so the same thing happened every single day when I didn't go to school. It was the same routine. She'll call me, "Girl, you awake? It might be the weekend, but you still got to eat." And yeah, Viv, I'm awake. And I'll get up, mosey my way up her house, and we'll eat breakfast. And then after breakfast, I'll go back to my house and lay down, sleep. She'll wake me up for lunch. And yeah, I miss Viv. Not because of the food. It was the conversations that we had. And like I said, we talked. And if not for her, if not for Vivian, I don't think I would have been able to survive. Because I was freaking green, pink, yellow, whatever color you want to say, behind the ears. I thought I knew how to be an adult. I thought I knew how to live on my own. And like, food wise, no problem. I can cook for myself. But like, the stories that she told me, the experiences that she had, that she's like, look, I'm only telling you this because I don't want you to experience it, but if you do, this could be the lesson that you will learn from this. Or this is, like, I don't want you to experience this, you know, because I'm still not over it. And she was 60 something. You know, and so I think she was 64 when I was 18. I think that's what it was. See, I was 18, 19, 20, 24, 66. See, why am I counting? She was 36 when she had Eve, so she's 36 years older than me. Was she just 54? No, she wasn't 54, was she? Hold on. Maybe she was just 54. I thought she was 64. Anyways, I know she was 36 when I was born, because I was the same age as her daughter. That's her youngest daughter. And the same age as her granddaughter. Her oldest daughter was pregnant at the same time. But yeah, so that's, I learned a lot from Vivian. I really did. I was wanting to tell y'all the rest of the people. See, above Viv was Penny, I think that was her name. And that poor woman had I don't know what, I really don't know if it ran in her family. She had cancer. And it was like, it was, to me, it was weird. Because it was like once they caught one cancer, like another form of cancer popped up. Like she had breast cancer. And they did a mastectomy. And so when she was going through chemo and going through radiation, she then got skin cancer. So then they cut that, like they cut, she had like a big spot on her arm that they cut out. And then, you know, she was getting medicine for that. And she was good for like a couple of years, maybe like 2 years. And then found out she had breast cancer in the other breast. So then they had to cut off that one, which she had bone marrow cancer, which they had to treat that. And so, I mean, I don't know if all them cancers ran in her family, if she did something like that. Like, I don't know if it was like medication wise or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But she was a nice woman. Her and Margaret fought all the time. They fought hard and they loved hard. I don't. And then right above Dorothy was Yvette. Yvette, she had the most beautiful brown hair. And I think Peggy was, she might have been like 56 or something. I don't remember. She was like 56. And then Yvette. She was like 62, but she looked like she was about 30 years old. She had the most beautiful brown hair, and you could tell it wasn't dyed because like her eyebrows was the same color, and like you could see her roots, because she always kept her hair up in either a bun, no, it was a ponytail or a French braid. But it was so, like, not even one trace of gray hair. And, like, you could tell that it was, like, natural. But she was crazy. And if you see her outside looking in, you will not know that. She wanted birds. Well, she wanted a dog. And they told her, no, you can't have a dog. And so she's like, well, can I have birds? I like looking at the birds out the window. And then they were like, okay. So they got her 2 birds, 2 lovebirds. And, you know, they checked on the birds every day. And, yeah, the birds were beautiful. And she was feeding them and she was taking care of them, you know, changing the litter and stuff. You know, just being great. And then one day, they didn't hear no birds. And so they went into her apartment. They go, Yvette, where's your birds? She goes, oh, well, they said that they didn't want to, they didn't want to live no more, so I killed them. And they go, you killed your birds? She goes, yeah, I drowned them. And then just went on and was going on about her day. And they were like, you killed your... But they let her keep her bird cages. But they were like, you're not allowed to have any more animals. But she killed the birds. Just because. She said they didn't want to live no more. And then above me was Sandra. Oh my gosh, I loved Sandra. I really did. She was in the army, and I'm laughing because, like, I wish that I knew her, like, when she was young, because you could tell she was kind of rebellious against her parents, because she grew up in the era of, you're not allowed to date outside your race, and she's like, okay, watch me. And she started dating this boy, and he was black. And so her mom and daddy was like, okay, if you want to marry him, you're going to have to get to him. So they put her in the army. She went to the army, came home on leave, found the guy, got pregnant. And then they were like, oh, well, you can't have that baby. And she's like, well, like, you watch me, I'm going to have my baby. Sad thing about it, she had her daughter. They gave her daughter up for adoption, and they made her go back into the army. And I think her daughter was 20 when I was 18. And her daughter, when her daughter was 18, got back in touch with her, and because her daughter knew the real story. And because the people that adopted the little girl knew the real story. And her daughter didn't hate her. Her daughter loved her and was like, thank you, for allowing me to be born. Which was nice. And, but even then, even after she had her daughter, her mom and dad made her get her tubes tied. So she only had that one child. And it was only because they wanted her to marry this white gentleman and to have his kids. And she was like, nope, that's not what I want. I don't want to date him. I don't want to marry him. I don't want to have his kids. So they forced her to have her tubes tied. So she only had one kid. And then Miss Joy was over Margaret. Sweetest woman. I loved Miss Joy. I really did. She was, I think, 78. I'm thinking that's how old she was. I mean, she was at least 70. I'm going to say 70. Let's just say 70. Let's keep her young. And she was sweet. She never left her apartment. Like, we didn't see Miss Joy